Good afternoon, everyone. Just after the American Open on the 9th of February, Wednesday the 9th of February, and an exceptionally strong Open, 46 points up after a good day yesterday. The primary wave on VectorVest, although there's a hell of a lot of time to go in the trading day, has turned up. And let's just have a look at my dear old friend, the S&P 500, very quickly indeed. Because this is starting to look much more positive. I was reasonably positive yesterday when I put on one of these videos. As you can see, the thing that I liked last week was that this market went up and closed above that low, and that was a positive sign. Normally, if this was a wave 4 and there was a wave 5 to come, that it wouldn't get up nearly that far. That was a 62% retracement of this. Normally a wave 4 is either a 38 or a 50% retracement, so that was positive. There was a huge amount of volume went into it down there. I've shown that chart on a couple of occasions. Now yesterday, well, in the last couple of days, there's Friday, and we reversed off this low on Friday. Monday was an inside day, and yesterday was a very special day. It's an outside day. It went down under that low and it closed above that, or at least went above that high and closed in the top 20% of the range. Now that pattern is it's an inside, multiple inside day, but it's also a thing that I call a pop gun. And an inside bar and then an outside bar is invariably a predictor of a strong move. That gap this morning, it gapped out of that. The market moved overnight in the east. It moved in London this morning very nicely indeed. And as I said yesterday, if we can get above 4600, then that would be strong proof that we're now in an impulse wave where this is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Once we get up here somewhere, then invariably we're going to go sideways to down for a few days, but that is a very positive sign that the probabilities then would favor this bottom being a weekly low. Now, I have the 4-hour chart here, and this is the overnight market, folks. So it trades 24 hours a day. Now, yesterday afternoon, I took a long here, down about here, based on a short-term chart. And that low yesterday was a 78% retracement of this range on Friday. And I got lucky, let's face it. And it moved up very strongly indeed. But then this 4-hour was a 4-hour chart. This 4-hour bar closed at 6 o'clock UK time last night. And a few things happened. One, it charted a multiple outside bar, which, as you can see, was outside the range of the last 2 days worth of trading. That's that outside day that we saw on the daily chart. It closes above this trend line. Now the trend line's got 1, 2, 3 touches, so it's a pretty useful trend line. As you can see, it broke. It then opened and went right back to the trend line. That's always a good sign. It was accumulated at the trend line and starting to move again. So I held that little position overnight. It's a tiny position because the stop loss, initial stop loss when I got in about here at about 80, the initial stop loss was down here somewhere. So the stop loss was as wide as the rear end of a number 27 bus, but that means the position was relatively small. But I've held that position, and where's it going to go to? Now, with a fair breeze, we could easily get up to a 1.618 extension of that, and that would take us up to 4680, and that would be one hell of a good start to the week, although it is a small position, but nevertheless it'll be a very gratifying trade. They do not move in straight lines, folks, and this has a look of a overbought position already, and I would expect it under the best will in the world to come back a little bit. even under the most optimistic circumstances. So my stop loss is at entry on that. There's a tiny position, but apart from that one position, this technical pattern is starting to look very positive for the stock market, that we've got a low in here. Clearly, one central banker can kick my prognosis into touch, but technically the probabilities look much, much better than they were a day or two ago. The UK market and the American market, to my best knowledge, haven't given that DEW signal that I'm waiting on. So I've still got that one position in the US. Let's see how it's doing. And it's up 1% today at 74. And it's reversed along with the market. I keep telling the UK people that 70% of the exercise is the general market. And we can see that in this chart of CF. There's what came back with the market. And it's now doing its best to push up through this high. Through 75, this should motor. And as you can see, earnings per share here, over the last year, this earnings per share has gone from $2 to $10 or $9 at the minute. So a huge increase in earnings and a shortage of fertilizer worldwide. I'm going to wait a little bit further before taking some more positions, but I'm going to do my best to spend the afternoon putting together a watch list for both the UK and the USA, because the future looks much more positive than I thought it was going to be a few weeks ago. So I hope this helped. Thanks very much.